Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Cole and Noah, our friends. Woo! After our mystery episode last week.
Oh, yeah. Noah, how'd you feel about 14.1?
I like it. My dad called me. Did he call me? Did he call me yesterday? And he said, I didn't know what he was talking about. I thought he butt dialed me because he said, tell Cole that was really mean, is all he said. My dad only listened to the first part of it. And then as he heard you say, we're done, he was like, oh no, did they get in trouble for making this? Like, what happened? He thought something went wrong to the point where we were like told to stop doing it. Yeah. And then he
church discipline.
So his anxiety went through the roof immediately. And so he was not happy with you. So
I'm sorry, Noah's dad.
But he thought it was funny. He thought it was good. He just was very scared for a second.
Yeah.
So we have people who genuinely enjoy this.
They do.
Again, we say this every week, but what is this? Episode 15 now.
15. We're on episode 50. Yeah, because I don't count 14.1 as 15.
Our show is now, well, they were in high school last year.
Who was?
Our show.
Our show was in high school last year.
14.
Oh, yeah.
14 episodes old.
That's it. Yeah, that's right. Wow.
We'll be graduating soon.
They grow up so fast. You want to hear some fascinating statistics?
Let's hear it.
I was looking at our podcasts, just like download stuff. Mm-hmm. And as of today, we've had over 830 total downloads for our show, which is crazy. If you're a numbers person like I am, I get a wild kick out of that. I still can't believe people listen.
Remember, thanks for listening. Cole for all your booking needs or your bookkeeping.
All your booking. Needs, not bookkeeping, just booking.
Yeah, booking. He books shows, he books bands, he books people.
I'll do all your books, and I'll book it. So, yeah. We've also had fun. I could probably pull this up now, actually, on my computer. I hope you guys are enjoying the microphones. We got some new microphones.
We have Yeti mics.
Yeehaw. I can check our hosting site to see where people have downloaded things from. Which is fun. Not
download in Antarctica? No, I'm just kidding.
That would be amazing.
We have 14 downloads in Europe?
Yeah, we do.
What the heck? That is so strange.
We have, in total, all the countries, there are 12 countries where a podcast has been downloaded. 814 of them, the United States.
Yeah.
6 from the Netherlands.
Heck yeah. Great job, Netherlands. 2
from Spain. 2 from the Russian Federation. I won't say any more about that.
We have 17 in Tampa. Hi, man, Elizabeth. That's for you guys.
Yeah, it goes by city, too. Wow. Obviously, a bunch of Papillion in Omaha.
It's really funny. It goes Omaha, Papillion, Bellevue, Lincoln, Bennington, Tampa, Florida. Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Who's listening in Florida?
Denver, Elkhorn. Somehow underneath all those is Elkhorn, Nebraska.
Wow.
St. Louis, Missouri. Herman, Nebraska. That's Abby.
Yo, let's go.
Shout out to Abby Melhus.
We just gave away your location. Sorry, Abby. We'll have to relocate you now. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we just doxed you. Sorry. Abby's exact address is... No, just kidding.
We got Minnesota, Rosemount, Minnesota, Rotterdam, South Holland.
Rotterdam.
That's not America. That's somewhere.
We got Boone, Iowa.
I'm
going to assume that's probably...
Ankeny, Iowa. I've been to Ankeny. San Jose, California. That's crazy. Who is that? I want to know.
We got 3 of them, though.
We do. We got 3 downloads from San Jose. That's nuts.
Maybe it's the Fortunes?
Could.
No, they're in Reading.
Did they move already?
Yeah.
Or are they've
been gone for a couple months.
Poof. They moved. They're out of here.
Oh, we got one at Doha, Adawa.
That's right.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you said it better than I will.
I'm so sorry for that.
Oh, wait. One from Barcelona.
Murfreesboro, Tennessee?
No.
Wow.
Murfreesboro.
If this red button is on, does that mean I'm muted? Or does that mean I'm unmuted?
No, it should mean you're recording. Let me look at the recorder. Yeah, you're recording. See the
Cole
squiggles?
And I got these newfangled microphones and I got to learn.
Mm-hmm.
Am I the top? No, you're the top one.
I'm the top one.
Okay, great.
Oh,
silver.
Speaking of, that just reminded, I need to apologize. I need to apologize to Kate Larson. I re-listened to our episode last week and I made a joke because you did the whole thing about me and getting on my level. And I thought that was really funny. and I made a joke about having to let go of potato olays if you want to get on my level. And when I said it, I thought it was funny. When I listened to it, it sounded like a total jerk thing to say. And I am so sorry. I didn't mean it. I love you, Kate. I don't want to be a bad person. I love all of you. So, yeah,
guys, it was a joke. Cole does not think he is on a different level than you. No. It was a joke.
No, I don't.
Was a joke. I'm trying to think. I don't think I've seen anything since the last time I saw the final Halloween movie.
Yeah, how was that?
It was fine. A lot of people didn't really like it. It was funny. I ended up that day. Did I take that day off or did I have that day off? I don't remember what the situation was, but I ended up hanging out with Kiefer Rice. Shout out Kiefer Rice.
Shout out
one
Kiefer.
Of the students in Life Get Youth. And he and I and went to Westroads to hang out and eat food and just whatever. And so we went and hung out, and then Kiefer wanted to go see Halloween, but he had no one to go with. He asked me if I could go at 5, and I was like, no, I have rehearsal, because I was originally supposed to have rehearsal.
Yeah.
Didn't end up having rehearsal, and then Kiefer was like, can I just go with you and your mom to Halloween?
Did he go with you and your mom?
Kiefer, myself, and my mom went to Halloween together that night at 8 p.m., which is hilarious. My dad also, from our last episode, not 14.1, but 14.
Yeah.
My dad brought up to me, he's like, there's something I disagreed with you on about our house. And I can't remember anything said about my house.
Oh.
So I need to go back and listen to it and hear what exactly I said that my dad disagreed with. So I'm causing a stir in my own family.
Yeah. Start a fight, Dad. Bring it up. Bring it to the podcast.
Bring it to the podcast.
Thanks for those of you who texted me about 14.1, and for those of you who enjoyed every last bit of 14.1. Kylie couldn't make it through the whole thing.
I didn't. The ASMR, I listened to it. I didn't like it.
I know.
I texted Cole saying I didn't like it. But alas, here we are.
I recorded the first 2 minutes. I posted the first 2 minutes. I sat back down, and then I thought, oh, how funny would it be if I did more stupid stuff? And I didn't even think about it. I just recorded more and then re-uploaded it. And I haven't gone back and listened to the whole thing again because I think I'll cringe too much. So
yeah, the ASMR, I'm not, I know for certain now that the ASMR I'm really not a fan.
Not a fan.
No.
Not the fan of the ASMRs.
The ASMRs.
Noah, I had a thought experiment I wanted to do with you. A couple of my students pointed me to this, and I thought this might be the first thing that could really test our friendship on podcast. Because you are well versed in the strengths and weaknesses of all of the cinematic Batmen.
Okay.
Yes. And I feel like also fairly well versed in the strengths and weaknesses of the cinematic Spider-Men.
Mm-hmm. And
I want to know who wins in a fight.
Between Spider-Man and Batman?
Between each and every matchup. So, like, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. I almost said Batman. That'd be weird.
Is it like Spider-Man versus Spider-Man or Spider-Man versus Batman?
Oh, no, it's Spider-Man versus Batman. But it's each different Spider-Man versus each different Batman.
Okay. I mean, ultimately, it's hard to say. I think the tricky thing is there's not really a definitive, this hero will always beat this hero.
Right.
So that is my first thought.
Let's just throw that out the window.
Because I think that's stupid to definitively say, this person can never beat this person. That's just not accurate. So the common argument against Batman is, he's not a superhero. Okay, well, he's not a superhero, but he's also beat Superman in a fight. So don't come to my front door with that argument, because, like...
You'll kick him in the nuts.
He's literally in the Justice League.
Get off my porch with that argument.
He's in the Justice League for a reason. Like, anybody who says this person can't beat, again, stupid. Let's see. So, I mean, it's hard to. I think Ben Affleck puts up the best fight against every single Spider-Man.
Okay, so let's pick maybe the best fighter of each. You would say.
Okay, so Bruce Wayne or Ben Affleck as Batman with 20 years of experience and just not a single care in the world. Now that he's in the Justice League, like, well, you can take post-Justice League or pre-Batman versus Superman.
Sure.
Either way, he is a Batman. I think he's come to terms with he can't kill people again, but that Batman has no qualms about destroying you.
Yeah.
Like, and so that's the most violent Batman we've seen on screen.
Yep.
So for me, I think that Batman puts up the best fight against every single Spider-Man. Hands down.
Yep. Do you think he wins each fight?
I mean, I think he could.
Sure.
I think it is feasible that he could win each and every fight. I think I think he obviously has the best chance to destroy Tom Holland. Just looking at a size differential. I think Andrew Garfield is probably, just from what it sounds like, I think he puts up the best fight against every Batman or Spider-Man.
Really?
Just from what he said in No Way Home of stopping pulling punches, that leads me to believe he has the most rage inside of him.
Yeah, okay.
I think he's lost more.
Okay.
Feasibly. From what it sounds like from No Way Home. From
That's
just
fair.
reading between the lines, it
That's
sounds
fair.
like he is the most violent of the Spider-Men.
Yeah.
And sounds like he's the one who, if there was a chance of one of them encountering the symbiote, obviously Tom Holland hasn't, other than Toby, I think Andrew might have.
Yeah.
So I think for me, the overall winner of the Batman, like if they were to all fight all four, not four, but like out of all the cinematic Batman, I think Ben Affleck beats all of the Batman.
Sure.
And then I think Andrew Garfield beats all of the Spider-Man.
Interesting.
And so I think, I don't know. It's hard to say because I don't know Spider-Man's ultimate like limits.
Yeah.
I mean, my heart says I have to go with Batman.
Sure.
Because I know everyone's like, oh, well, you need preparation time. The thing is, Batman's always prepared.
He's always prepared. He's the chief Boy Scout. He's the
exactly.
eaglest of Eagle Scouts.
He's literally always prepared.
He's the Bat Scout.
He doesn't have friends. He just stays inside and comes up with plans of how to beat people. So I think it'd be pretty close, but I think it would come down to Ben Affleck versus Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
In terms of the ultimate showdown.
I can see that.
Of Ultimate Destiny.
I actually, this might be an unpopular opinion, but I think Tobey Maguire might be Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man might be, not Tobey Maguire himself. As powerful as Tobey is, his Spider-Man is more
Maguire.
Tobey Maguire versus Ben Affleck
versus Batman.
Wow,
Tobey Maguire has the rage, though.
He does. He's got it. No, it's Bully Maguire. Bully Maguire versus everyone else wins.
Yeah, I can see that. And he has the most experience.
He's the most experienced. And here's the thing. It's really two things. One, I think when I've seen the fights, his fights in the original trilogy, especially in Spider-Man 2, they choreographed some dope fights. Mm-hmm. That guy that Spider-Man knows how to move in the air, on the ground, everywhere. Like, he's good.
He's like the video game Spider-Man.
At fighting. Yeah, he's really good at it. The other thing is they did a little bit in the new Spider-Man movie of showing how Tobey just barely bests Andrew a couple times in their little encounters. I think you're right about Andrew having the most, like, he's got the most suffering. He's probably got the most rage to grapple with. But that's not, I think
it's not always a good thing. Sometimes your rage can make you to cause you to make a mistake.
Yeah. When I think of Batman, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think rage plus Batman equals good. When I think of Spider-Man, I think control plus Spider-Man equals good. Like, Spider-Man's thing is that he understands his ethic really well, and that's where he gets that's his flow. He knows he's going to pull his punches, but not too much. Like, he knows what he's got to do to get the job done.
The reason I picked Ben Affleck over all the other Batman, depending, the Justice League, I just think he was a Batman, and the reason people don't like Batman vs. Superman, other than it's not a great movie, admittedly, it tried to be like 9 movies in one movie.
Yep.
But Ben Affleck's Batman, I think, given the proper chance, could be an incredible Batman. One, he was the most, like, that warehouse scene is one of the best Batman cinematic scenes ever put to film. But people are like, oh, Batman doesn't kill people. Christian Bale didn't do that, and that's the ultimate Batman. That's the only Batman that matters. It's not. Christian Bale played a good Bruce Wayne, not a great Batman. Yep. And I will stand by that until the day I die. He had stupid voice. And that goes back and ruins it for me. And the reason you all love The Dark Knight so much is Heath Ledger, and don't at me, because that's why you love The Dark Knight so much.
It's Heath Ledger plus Christopher Nolan plus Hans Zimmer. Yep. That's what makes those movies
Now, I'm not saying Dark Knight's a bad movie. It is an incredible movie.
Phenomenal movie. But it's not because Christian Bale was the best.
Nope.
I mean, and he was good. Like, I love Christian Bale. But
he's good. He's a really good Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
And I'm not wearing hockey pads is one of the greatest Batman lines of all time.
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
But Ben Affleck, just in terms of his sheer size, I think he's like 6'3", 6'4", and he was like 250, 260 of like muscle. And you see it in the movie when he's doing like the workout scenes training for Superman. Like, he dwarfed Superman, basically, which is hard to do because Henry Cavill's no slouch. He's a beefy boy.
That's true. Man.
And also, never mind, I won't spoil that. We'll save that anyways. I think that Ben Affleck, it's funny because his Batman had rage, but controlled rage as well.
Yeah.
Because you see it in his fight with Superman. He's like pissed at Superman.
Yeah.
But he controls it. He has all these things, traps set up.
Yep.
And then the only thing he couldn't control is when Superman said Martha. Which, again, stupid line, but I get it. It's the one thing that humanized Superman to him in that moment. So stupid way to do it, but whatever. Anyways, I could get into that all day.
Whatever.
So I think, but he was okay with killing people because he's like, I've been Batman for 20 years. I am tired. My body is worn.
Yeah.
But I'm also war ready at any point.
It's like being a parent.
Yeah, he really is. He's like, I am tired.
I'm just tired.
I'm exhausted. My body shows the scars of raising these kids. Oh, and also, did I mention one of my children died? And so I have that to deal with as well. And so I think for him, that's what makes him the most dangerous Batman. But with Toby, I think you are correct. I think he has the most control, which is an interesting thing to deal with Spider-Man. And that's why I think Tom Holland, out of all the Spider-Man, would probably lose in a battle of the Spider-Man. Yeah. Because he has the least control. And you see that with the whole thing with Toby. Like, in No Way Home, he, like, stops him and he's like, no, you don't want to do this. Yep. And even when Toby is getting nearly murdered by Norman, again, he still chooses to save him.
Yeah. Yep. Man, what a time for him to not, like, how easy would it be if you were in that situation to be like, oh, multiverses? So there's like an infinite number of Normans. I could kill this one and it'd be fine.
He'd be fine.
He literally just stabbed me. Again,
Yeah. He's just watching and he's like, no, go ahead. Like, imagine the deleted scene, like, of him not doing it. He just was like,
yeah, bro, go for it.
He's awful. He tried to kill me. I jumped out of the way of his glider, but yeah, do it. Yeah. Send him back dead. He's already dead. It's not going to change my universe. That's true. You don't need to change anything for me. Just go for it.
Do you ever watch the How It Should Have Ended videos?
I have occasionally with some of I think I watch it with like the Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah. They're not quite as funny as, well, I don't find them as funny as I used to. They're probably still just as good as they were, but maybe it was How It Should Have Ended. Maybe it was another one. It was basically a video that was like, right after they cure him and then send him back. And he goes back and he's like, oh, Peter, you're never going to believe it. And then just like immediately the glider stabs him in
I think that's one of the things that, what was it? I think that's something somebody said. Like, that's why he's saying like, oh, like he like pauses before he gets impaled by the glider is because he just got spawned back in that moment. So he goes, oh, and then he has a second chance. He just gets impaled.
Godspeed, Spider-Man. Multiversal experience. Comes back down. Oh.
Yeah, what happened in that multiverse moment? Like, did every other multiverse, like, pause for a second?
I don't know.
Because Toby got pulled from way in the future.
True.
And Norman got pulled from his grave? Or right before...
Well, that's weird, because they all got pulled from the moments right before they die.
Yeah. Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Except for Toby and Andrew. What if they all got pulled moments right before they die?
Toby died in his youth pastor outfit.
Toby and Andrew went back just to die.
Andrew got pulled right before he got hit by a car in that alleyway. He's like walking around. Spidey sense like triggered him to the portal, but then also like a bus.
Oh, dude, that's funny.
Yeah, so it's hard for me to say. My heart tells me that I want Batman to win in that fight every single time.
Sure.
Do I think he wins every single time? No. Spider-Man, if he needed to kill someone or stop someone, it's not hard. It's just like they both have answers to things.
They do.
So, like the webbing, Batman has a battering that can cut through like his grappling cables, and he's like the only one who has that. Yeah. So I'm sure it can cut through some webbing. Yeah. But it's also like Spider-Man, if he doesn't pull his punches, he's very strong.
Oh yeah.
So
it's gonna cave somebody's skull in.
Yeah, it's hard to say. It's hard to say. I think it's always hard for me to pick someone out of anything other than what my heart says, which my heart says Batman every single time. Obviously, I'm not going to deny that.
Noah's heart beats Batman. If you hold a stethoscope up to it, it's just.
If you don't know what theme that is the Batman theme from the 1989 movie and the animated series.
Ooh, that's crazy.
I am Batman. No, it's from the Lego movie. It's Batman.
Dude,
like, let's get nuts.
Yes, I love those movies. The Lego movie is a top tier movie. It is so good. And the Lego Batman movie was also hilarious.
Cole, I'm going to skip. Well, I want to hear your answers to this as well. But I want to talk about one DC related thing. Did you see, I don't know who the other guy is, but did you see that James Gunn got appointed as the co-CEO or co-head of DC Studios?
I'm sorry, what?
The movie studio for DC movies.
No way.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find the exact article about
Hey,
it.
man, you funny. You make good movies.
Right here.
Run our stuff.
James Gunn and Peter Safran named co-chairman and CEOs of DC Studios.
Wow.
And James Gunn posted it. He said, "Yes, this is true. Excited to be here."
Wow. Wow.
And that's the company that it's just like Marvel Studios.
Yeah.
So, obviously.
Yeah, totally.
And so, yeah, James Gunn, after Guardians 3, I'm assuming
he's going to be the DC guy.
Full on DC, which is insanity to me. But I mean, he has a good track record. His Suicide Squad was good. His Peacemaker show was really good.
Yeah.
I'm just excited to see what he does.
Yeah, totally.
I don't know who the other guy is. I'll be honest. I don't know who Peter Safran is.
That name sounds really familiar. Now I kind of want to look it up.
Peter Safran. That's DC Comics.
Peter.
And then one other DC note. It doesn't really matter. Well, I mean, it kind of does. It's pretty big news. Spoilers for Black Adam. Spoilers for Black Adam. Spoilers for Black Adam. Spoilers for Black Adam. This is the Black Adam post-credit scene.
Oh.
Have you heard about this?
No.
Do you want to?
Yeah, I'm not going to see it.
Henry Cavill shows up and is officially DC Superman again.
No.
And you know who fought for it, which makes me want to see Black Adam just because of this?
Huh.
The Rock. The Rock begged DC Comics, and he was like, "This man is Superman, and you need him to be Superman."
Dude.
So.
Okay, mad respect.
Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome. How did that all get? Was it Henry who was like, "I don't want to do this anymore," or DC?
He said, like, after the Justice League, he's like, "I'm not done being Superman."
Yeah.
But then DC was like, "No, we're going to move on." And then when The Flash was going to come out, whenever that comes out,
yeah,
their new, like, DC Trinity was going to be Batgirl, The Flash, and Supergirl, who gets introduced in the Flash movie.
Oh, okay.
So they were just going to be done with Henry Cavill. They're like, "Nope, that's an old regime. We're wiping our hands. We're done." And that's why, like, he didn't get called in to do the Peacemaker cameo along with, like, Aquaman and Ezra Miller. Or I can't remember who. I think Ezra Miller and who plays Aquaman?
Oh, wow. I'm totally blanking on the name.
I can't think of his name now.
This is going to drive me insane. Everybody listening knows it, too.
His name is Jason Momoa.
Jason Mimosa.
He was in the Peacemaker show, but Batman, Superman, and then Wonder Woman were silhouetted, so you couldn't see their faces. But Ezra Miller and Jason Momoa were seen. So they were just going to be done with him, basically. Like, wipe their hands of it and be like, "Nope, you had a good run. We don't care. We're done with that regime." And The Rock, I guess, like, begged with them to be. Also, did you know The Rock got cast as Black Adam in 2007?
No.
Yeah. Stupid.
So what you're saying is we would have had Black Adam if it weren't for that darn recession.
That dang recession, followed then by the writers' strike or whatever it was.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, so Henry Cavill, and then Henry Cavill announced on his Instagram, he said, "It is official. I'm back as Superman, and we are not done yet." Basically.
Wow.
Which is, I mean, he is. When you look at him, he is Superman.
Oh yeah, totally.
Like, I can't see him in any other role and not see Superman.
Yep.
It's. I mean, eventually we'll have to, but at this point, it's the same. We talked about it in the last one, Deadpool 3.
Yeah.
It's the same way I see Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
Like, I can't see anybody else as Wolverine.
Yeah.
Like, there's just certain people who I think are meant to play characters.
Right.
Batman, it's been so many people that it's hard for me to see Batman.
One Batman.
But, like, Superman is so few and far between. And then there comes these moments where there's, like, actors who you feel like are born to, like, Margot Robbie with Harley Quinn. I'm like, she's
Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn. Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. I'm like, I can't imagine anyone else being that.
Yeah.
Now it's like Chris Hemsworth is Thor. I'm like,
Yep.
And then who else? I mean, Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark is going to be hard. Doctor Strange, like Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yep.
Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow.
Yep.
Hawkeye as Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye. Hawkeye as Jeremy Renner.
Hawkeye is Jeremy Renner.
And now, honestly, I'm going to say this, and it's probably going to be unpopular, but people know this. I truthfully see that kind of going that way for me for Robert Pattinson. Like,
for him as
for
Batman.
me, I haven't seen a Batman that I'm like, I see them in their Batman, other than Kevin Conroy, who voiced Batman for the animated series and the games. When I think of Batman, I hear his voice.
Yeah.
And for a while for me, it was Michael Keaton because that's just the Batman I grew up on. But I love Robert Pattinson's portrayal of Batman so much, and I only think it's going to get better, especially when he taps into like Playboy Bruce Wayne and all that stuff. Like I can't wait. I'm still holding out hope that eventually we get the white eyes on the suit, just like the animated series. I'm hoping, but I also don't want that to happen because I love the war paint.
Yeah.
Sorry, I took this into the Batman cast. I'm so sorry. Cole, who do you think would win between Batman and Spider-Man? There's my little DC minute, my little update.
There you go. I don't know. That's a hard one. I'll make it quick. Batman is so well equipped and so disciplined that, especially Ben Affleck. I agree with you about Ben Affleck's Batman.
Who do you think wins out of all the Spider-Men? Like if you
put them all in a
triple
fight,
threat match,
it's either Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man or it's not Andrew Garfield, but
you think Tom Holland?
I think Tom Holland stands a chance. Partly because they've demonstrated how strong he is in the movies really, really well.
Yeah.
Like they've shown what he's capable of physically, but he also just has a more advanced suit.
Ooh, that's a good point.
He has a suit that can kill aliens.
Not anymore, though.
Oh, that's true. Not anymore. So it depends on which suit he's got, I think.
I can't wait.
But I still think Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man he's got the most experience.
The control.
He's got the experience. He's got the control. So I think between my pick would be Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man versus Ben Affleck's Batman, and that I honestly don't know who would win. I would prefer if Spider-Man would win, but I think there's a chance that.
Can you imagine a movie if they did what they have that
Batman
comic book
versus Spider-Man?
No, Batman and Spider-Man as a like duo movie.
That would be so cool.
And they fight Joker and Carnage like the comic book I have.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
That'd
Ben
be so
Affleck's
cool.
Batman and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. Like,
but don't give us Sony's Carnage. That would be terrible,
dear
please.
God. Yeah, please don't put Woody Harrelson there. Give us someone good.
Something else.
Hey, please.
Please.
Dude, but that could be a crazy movie.
That would be dope.
Spider-Man Batman crossover with two like old, just like tired superheroes, but like fighting again. Like, dude, that'd be so dope.
That would be sick.
Just can you imagine like the combos? Like Spider-Man webs somebody into a massive punch. Oh, dude.
Bonk.
Dude, another warehouse scene, but throw in Spider-Man now.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think I'd pick Ben Affleck's Batman to win that fight. Just
you think so?
Mostly because his Batman is most intimidating, I think. I don't know.
He's definitely the most physically imposing.
And I might be underestimating the amount of experience that Spider-Man would have, but
because if we look at him, Ben Affleck's Batman, 20 years of experience.
Yeah.
But now you look at Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, if you put him in the year,
very
both
similar.
In the year 2022, they're both about 25, 20 years of experience.
Yep.
So it's like they both have seen a lot, experienced a lot of loss.
Spider-Man's got the advantage of the just enhanced abilities. He's much stronger. He's much faster. He has a sense. Like he's got a sixth sense that warns him about stuff. So it depends on how much Batman's able to bring to the game. Assuming he can bring anything, whatever he wants, that's still a tough fight because he has beat Granted, Superman was holding back.
Yes.
But Spider-Man also holds back, and it's hard. Exactly. It's hard to say.
And that's just it. You've got to think that both of these guys being superheroes, they're not aiming to kill because both of these guys have things against killing people. Yeah, I mean Ben Affleck has now come back around. To that. Something very interesting though that I just thought of. So I bought the game Gotham Knights, which is the newest Batman Warner Brothers Montreal made game. It's not getting great reviews.
Sure.
I bought it. It's pretty fun. I've just been playing as Red Hood. I love the customization options. You get to craft suits, and then they have 3 different cowl options per suit, 3 different glove options, colorways, boot options, like all this cool stuff.
That's awesome.
That I love, like customization. So, but at the beginning of the game, I was not ready to see this though. When they first announced the game, they're like, Batman's dead. And I was like, oh yeah, but he's like, nah, though.
Not really
like,
dead.
He's not dead. The start of the game, it just like pans out and it's showing the Batcave, shows the Batmobile, and then Batman falls from the ceiling with an arrow sticking out of his chest. And I was like, no, don't start me like this. But then in typical Batman fashion, he's fighting Ra's al Ghul in the Batcave. So he pulls the arrow out, gets off the thing, stumbles over to this serum that he has, because of course he does, jams it in the wound, takes out whatever it is. And he's fighting Ra's al Ghul, and it's this massive fight. They're like, it's all over the Batcave. It's insane. It's intense.
Yeah.
Basically, after he has his arrow in his chest and he's limping, Ra's al Ghul comes down to fight him, and he snaps back like nothing happened.
Yeah.
So they're fighting throughout the Batcave, and then it gets to this moment where like, I forget how it happens, but basically they're like Raish has this sword drawn, and he's like, "Oh, this is your end," or whatever.
Yeah.
And has the sword, and Bruce is like still in the Batman getup. He's like the difference between you and I, because Ra's al Ghul, his whole thing, Lazarus Pit, can't die. Every time he thinks he's been around for like thousands of years. So Batman's basically, and he's like, the difference between you and I is he's like, I'm not afraid of death. So the sword that he has drawn at him, he pulls in Raish, willingly stabs himself through the stomach with Raish's sword to headbutt him and then like knock him off balance, basically, and then backs up, has a huge open wound now.
Yeah.
And then it's so sad because he's like stumbling up the stairs, making a call out to like the Bat family to come help him, basically.
Yeah.
And he's like slowly taking off piece by piece to where it's just like him in like the Bat pants.
Yeah.
And like
hockey pads,
has the gauntlet still on, and then gets this button, and then Raish is like, "You're done. Like they're not going to be here in time." And he's like, "I might be done, but you're in here with me." And he has this thing set up. He has this contingency plan to blow up the Batcave in case something like this happens. So he pulls out this timer, and all these bombs go off as they fight, and then both of them get crushed to death. And I'm like, yeah, but unless we see his body, he's not dead.
He's not dead, right? Yeah.
The very next scene that they show is the Bat family finding his body crushed by rubble. I'm like,
you really killed him. You monster.
I'm still hoping something happens at the end of this game where he comes back.
Dude.
I'm not optimistic, but I hope it happens. But yeah, so basically he just gets like, he's destroyed, and they have his mask and his like last gauntlet that was like still there in this like room that they have. So, but I just thought of that, and I was like, that's another thing though, is Batman's not afraid to die. He's not. He's like, I have plans for this. He's like, I don't care if I die. He's like, that's what I signed up for when I'm protecting the city. Is like, I signed up to die, basically. Right. And so that's the other thing, is it just all comes down to that. And I mean, he doesn't have any love interest. Ben Affleck's Batman has no love interest.
That's true.
Whereas Tobey Maguire's got MJ. So whereas Ben Affleck's like, look, I'm alone. I'll die.
I got nothing to lose.
I got MJ.
So, we worked it out. We figured it out.
Kirsten Dunst and I were still good.
Dude, somebody I think it was Christian, was telling me, now that the Spider-Man PS4 is out on PC, somebody modded it so that, because yes, PC, this is why we play on PC. Somebody modded it so that all the characters, as much as they're able to, are from the original Sam Raimi Spider-Man. So it's Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, Kirsten Dunst, MJ. Yeah. It's super cool. Yep.
That's awesome.
Dang, that would be awesome. So,
some of those things are so
this is a much shorter podcast, but Noah and I have somewhere to be in a few minutes. So I gotta be there.
Do you?
I do. I gotta be there.
All right, well.
But if you had speed recommendations.
Here we go. So we've got
2 minutes apiece.
Music, movies, food.
Sure.
Again,
music, movies, food.
Let's see. Food for this week. I watched somebody on Instagram eating at Pepper Jack's recently, and I really want Pepper Jack's. So.
Dude, Pepper Jack's is delicious, and then I get fire poops. It's painful, but it's worth it. It's good. I love Pepper Jack's.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Pepper Jack's. Go to Pepper Jack's. Get anything you're liking there. Get that.
Get it all.
Movie, obviously, the Batman, obviously. And then what did Aaron and I just? No, that's not a great show to watch. Never mind. I was gonna say watch The Watcher on Netflix, but don't do that. What is a movie I've watched recently? Cole, give your food, and then by that point, hopefully, I will have thought of a movie.
My food. If you haven't had a Subway sandwich from Subway lately,
don't.
You're not missing out on much.
Yes. Please don't recommend Subway.
But go to Cold Stone and get some ice cream, because I forgot how good that stuff was. Cold Stone is delicious.
You haven't been to Subway recently. You're not missing out. Don't go. Was that going to be your recommendation, or did you set it up to burn?
It was
Subway?
A 50-50 shot. I flipped a coin in my head.
Okay, good. I'm glad you picked the opposite.
Yeah, so get some Cold Stone. That's delicious. Music, I told Noah I was going to do this. We walked into the room, my Spotify was playing because I left my equipment here, and this song came on I had never heard. It's called Crescent Moon by Connor Albert and James Smith. I was listening to my Lawrence album, and then it went into the album radio, and Crescent Moon came on, and I was like, dude, this song, this is my jam. This is funky. So check that out, because I kind of like it. It's pretty neat.
let's see. Movie. I don't really have any movies. So I'll just recommend like what I've been watching on YouTube because that's always
There
fun.
you go.
I recommended that Survive the Hunt a couple of weeks ago.
You did.
That's right. I would just say go find. No, I recommended that already. Go watch She-Hulk. I like She-Hulk.
Oh,
I know some of our
I
listeners
still
are going
need
to
to
like it. Go
watch
watch
it.
She-Hulk. It's good.
I need to watch She-Hulk because I have friends with opinions, and I just need to watch it. And there's a new Star Wars show coming out technically today while we're recording, and it's more in the style of the Clone Wars, but it's exploring the stories of the Jedi. So like more stuff with Ahsoka, more stuff with.
I almost bought you an Ahsoka toy. I saw an Ahsoka toy recently, and I almost bought it.
Ahsoka's my favorite, hands down.
Well, next time I see
She's
it.
my favorite, hands down.
So yeah, go watch She-Hulk, and then my music. The 1975 album did come out, and it's very good. So go listen to that. And if not that, listen to a song. Since Cole recommended specifically a song, it's a song called 24 by Nate Mitchell. It's one that got put in my Discover Weekly, and I was like, oh, this is gonna suck because my Discover Weekly was trash for a really long time. Yeah. But it's actually not bad. And it has one of my favorite recent lines that I've heard in a song. Yeah. He's talking about, it's basically just him being sad at the age of 24, which,
sure. That's 24.
That gets in, people love that now. I mean, it really is like the band Camino song, Roses, like, when did it get cool to be so sad?
Yeah.
But in the song, he says, my past is too present to see my future. And I was like,
dude, that's a good one.
What a line.
That's a good line.
Yeah, there's some other lines in there that are pretty good. He's like, I drink because I'm sad because I drink. And I'm like,
yeah, that's
dang, dude.
Accurate.
He's just going back. So go listen to either one of those.
Taylor Swift came out with a new album. And
I didn't listen all the way through it yet.
I haven't either. I listened to a couple because Kylie wanted to show me. And like, I'll say it was fun to like pick on Taylor Swift when we were younger, but she is an outstanding
dude. 1989 is such a banger of an album.
She's an amazing musician, and most of the times I'll listen to her songs and her lyrics, and I'm like, man, I hate that you're singing about what you're singing about right now, but also this is brilliant.
Go listen to Welcome to New York by Taylor Swift. What an absolute banger of a song. Welcome to New York. It's been waiting for you. Welcome to New York. Welcome to New York.
My movie recommendation, Kylie and I, if you like thrillers, we watched The Stranger on Netflix last night, which is an Australian film, and it's very different. So if you're like, oh, I just want to watch something kind of different, it's different. It's good, and it's suspenseful. Nice. That's what I meant. It's a suspense movie, not a thriller movie. But
side note, also, if you're turning 22 anytime soon, sing the song 22 by Taylor Swift, because
it's necessary.
The height of I led worship at Stonebridge before I was at Lifegate. I'm sorry, this will be the last story. And on my 22nd birthday, we were doing like pre-worship set secular songs. So on my 22nd birthday, the day of, we sang 22 by Taylor Swift, and we said, guess how old Noah turned while this next song plays. And honestly, I've never had more fun.
Yes,
so like,
dude.
It was so fun. So if you are turning 22 anytime soon, crank 22 by Taylor Swift, because nothing will make you feel better.
Yep.
And honestly, great. Cole, even though the thing that you said might test us, I think we're both deep thinkers about superheroes.
We are.
And we've been at the age of my superhero better.
Yeah.
and fighting, saying our superhero would be everyone, that both of us were very like diplomatic, I'll say, in the way we answer those things. And like so, honestly, I would say, before I even ask the question, I'd say we're still friends.
I'd say we're better friends.
Not, we have better understandings of each other's heroes.
It's true. You know what? Cole and Noah for president. We're so diplomatic.
Honestly, both of us. Not vice president and president. Both of us president.
The dual presidency. Yep. That's what needs to happen.
In the year 2030, Cole and I will run for president.
You heard it first. Cammy, get the campaign going.
Yeah, get the campaign going. Start a conspiracy theory about how we killed JFK.
Dude, what?